Yeah, that video was shot in the Elektron Studios Berlin. It was a very fun time shooting that video. Yeah, and the feature set was great for that actually. Yes, especially the scale per pattern, which always I asked for that. I still ask for on the machine drum and mono machine, but that's a different story.
You do?
Yeah, I do. And another thing that I really enjoy is the BPM per pattern. Those two things really allow me to enhance the workflow. And there are other things. We had the randomizer.
And the page randomizer, right?
Yeah. And the page randomizer, I think, it's very cool because it's like, you randomize a certain section of the sound, not the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a more like controlled area. It's not like you get complete chaos. Yeah. You would have to randomize several pages for that.
Yeah. Which you can do.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
very easy to do. But yeah, I really enjoy that control randomization. Yeah.
And you had the QPerf multiple destinations.
Yes, so then you can select multiple performance macros and control with one knob. And that's for the same with the rhythm, with the performance. Yes.
But I guess the main thing about that update was the improved sequencer as in scale per track, being finally carried over from the Octatrack functionality.
One of my favorite tricks about that is that usually I probably just like any other musicians out there, you find yourself that you can't make stuff. It's just not the right mood. So you would make this this pattern that doesn't sound good at all, and then I would stop it, go into the scale settings. So each track I would change it to maybe like 3/4, or maybe slower or faster. Just have like random assignment on each of them, and then press play. And 8 out of 10, I'm not joking, I get a much better result, and I just feel inspired, and I get out of that creative block.
Are you saying you want the scale randomizer as well?
Yes, please. We were talking about the bar randomization. Yeah. But I think the MIDI Out was a very, very requested feature at the time.
Yeah, it was requested for a long time, I think, and we had some discussions like how should it be shaped actually, what's the ambition level, but we ended up with a pretty nice and approachable solution, I would say. There was some technical things that had to be sorted first as well, but it's nice to have it finally in there because a lot of users were happy about that. You can like add an external synth on top of your internal track playing the same notes if you want to do that, or record into the AW or whatever.
And one thing I like about their MIDI sequencers of the analogs is that they're different to the other ones that's on our other machines. I like the simplicity of these ones. You don't have all these complicated, it's another track, or you can have these CC modulations, or you have program change. Sometimes less is more, and in this case I think it really has proven it in this case, because what I do sometimes is I plug the rhythm MIDI out into another drum machine, and I just turn the tracks of which ones that I want to send into that drum machine. So the bass drum, the snare, and the hi-hats will send MIDI out into these channels at these notes. And then all of a sudden I get a new layer, and then you plug that into the rhythm and then you sample it. This isn't really possible on our other MIDI sequencers. You will have to copy and paste that track data into another one.
And I think that's how we also differentiate the different things. Like when we call something a MIDI sequencer, we mean the more fuller experience, from the Octatrack, for example, that MIDI sequencer. And this is more of an additional option on the internal tracks that you can have them send MIDI out if you want to, but we don't really call it a MIDI sequencer as such. So yeah, different things, different use cases.
Yes, absolutely.